The fog was thicker than paint, swallowing the world beyond the cracked windshield as Mara drove into Silent Hill. She gripped the wheel tightly, knuckles aching, the edges of a crumpled envelope digging into her palm, a letter she didn't remember writing, but in her own looping script: "Come home. Finish what you started." The town greeted her with silence and the distant, metallic groan of something unseen. Each step down the deserted streets felt like wading through a dream, the air sticky with anticipation. From the corner of her eye, Mara caught glimpses of charcoal figures crawling along crumbling walls, their bodies twisted into impossible, pained contortions, like the sketches that haunted the edges of every page in her old sketchbook. Inside the hospital, the flickering lights cast long, wavering shadows across the peeling linoleum. Mara's footsteps echoed down empty halls, the silence punctuated by the distant rattle of a gurney and the wet smacking of flesh on tile. She stumbled onto the remnants of her own drawings, scrawled in black on the walls, faces split by grief, hands smeared with ink and something darker. With every door she opened, the world warped, hospital beds melted into pools of darkness, and creatures with canvas-wrapped heads shuffled after her, their mouths stitched shut, their hands forever reaching. Her memories bled into the halls. She saw flashes of a studio bathed in red light, a shout, the crash of glass, and the weight of a body at her feet, a mistake she could never erase. The school was worse. Desks lined the halls like tombstones, and her own voice echoed from the intercom, whispering blame. The children's laughter was a soundless mockery, their shadows flickering against the walls, eyes empty and accusing. Mara ran, chased by something that wore her own face, its mouth wide and wordless, screaming only in her mind. She found herself in a classroom where every chalkboard bore the same phrase, over and over: "It was your fault." The air thickened, pressing down until she collapsed, suffocating beneath the weight of her guilt, the room rippling with the memory of blood on her hands. When Mara awoke, she was back in her car, the engine purring softly, the fog thinning just enough to suggest a way forward. Her hands were clean, the sketches gone, but the letter remained, the words now smudged and unreadable. In the rearview mirror, she caught a glimpse of a figure standing in the mist, canvas-wrapped head cocked in silent judgment. As she turned the key, uncertain if she was leaving or only beginning again, the radio crackled to life, a familiar voice whispered her name, and the fog rolled in, erasing the road ahead.